Hello, people of the road. Tonight we're going to bring out some more Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Echoes of Time. Please leave a like and comment down below if you guys are enjoying the series, and answer today's question of the day. The question of the day is, what is your guys' favorite Final Fantasy game? As I already told in the first part, this is my favorite Final Fantasy game. In the last part, we just passed the coming of age ceremony. So now we are going back to town and tell everybody the good news. Let's go. Hey Snivy, welcome back. How'd it go? Did you do it? Did you get hurt? Ta-da! Oh wow! Congratulations! What are you doing hanging around here? Hey Charlotta, welcome back. Remember, you're a grown-up now. You can't just play all the time like you used to. You have to start preparing to live your own life on your own 2 feet. But if Snivy goes off on his own, won't that make you feel lonely? I beg your pardon? Oh, nothing. Don't mind me. Anyway, let's go. We made a really tasty meal. I helped cook it and everything. That sounds wonderful. Come on, everyone will be waiting. Snivy? Charlotta? I don't feel so good. Errol! Charlotta is... Charlotta, is Errol alright? Is she okay? She's feeling a lot better now. Lyanne and Lina are looking after her. But this sickness, can it be? There's no doubt about it. She's caught the crystal sickness. But how could that be? Why Earl, and why now? What's the crystal sickness? She'll be alright, won't she? We have medicine, right? There is a cure, but the ingredients we need cannot be found in this forest. So we have to look outside the forest, right? The ingredients must be somewhere. We just have to find them. Please, please, we have to make Earl better again. I'll do anything at all. I'll study magic every night. I'll clean my room without being told out. No! Please, Bachin, help her. She was my very first friend in the village. Felpel, you're Earl's friend. Why don't you do something? Well. Why is everyone just standing around? If we don't do anything, Earl might... You see, we can never leave this village. None of us can. It is a law, and we must obey it. The law? Who made that up? Who went and decided something like that? You're saying that you're all willing to watch Errol die just because of some stupid rule? Norse? I'll just say Norse. Norse! That is enough. But what about Errol? Man, stop, whimper. Poor Errol. Crystal sickness. I expected Snivy to succumb. Wow, I'm having trouble with that word. Whatever. But not someone like Errol. We are supposed to be saved from the illness. The world is changing after all this time. Charlotta. It's just... Oh, never mind. Our concern right now is Errol. The crystal sickness can be cured if we have the right medicine. There's no guarantee that it will work on the young girl, not in the state she's in. Agreed, but we have to try regardless. There's simply no other way. I'll have to leave the village and search for medicine out there. No, impossible. We need you here to watch over Errol in case her condition worsens. But I'm the only one who can go into the outside world. Who else? Well, there is somebody. No way. Remember, Snivy has completed his coming of age ceremony. It's time Snivy be allowed to stand on his own 2 feet. Besides, he's going to have to learn about the outside world sooner or later. Yeah, I know, but it's a big, dangerous world out there for a child. How can I, how can I help but be scared for him? You see how much Charlotta loves you, Snivy? Huh? Uh, how long have you been? Listen, I do trust you, you know. Uh, Listen, I do trust you. You know that, right? I believe you can do anything you put your mind to. Don't you mind, Norse, now. She's just so worried about little Earl that she doesn't know what she's saying. This crystal sickness that Earl has caught is a disease that's been around these parts for hundreds of years. In the old days, many people caught it in their youth, but we had medicine that fixed it soon enough. The thing is, almost no one falls ill with it anymore, except for that other time. We never think to keep the ingredients on hand. What would be the point? These days, I reckon most folk haven't even heard of the crystal sickness. You're not bound by the law of the village like we are. You can do and act as you please. You can go where you want. That ye, like gosh, I'm just gonna keep saying. I'm just going to say you for that. Snivy, I'm so sorry about earlier. I just kind of lost it. I know the village had its rules. I was wrong to yell. Snivy, if you leave this village and follow the main road, eventually you'll reach a big town. I used to live there before I came here to study with teacher. It's full of scholars and adventurers who travel there from all over the world. I'm sure someone will be able to sell you the medicine you need for Earl. I'd love to go with you, but I have such a terrible sense of direction, I'd never find the way. The truth is, I only stumbled onto this village because I got completely lost in the woods. Teacher is the one who saved me. Since then, I've gone out lots of times on errands for teacher, but I never even made it out of the woods, let alone reach town. I always get lost and someone has to come and rescue me. Oh, Arrow, I'm sorry, I can't do anything. Please help her, Snivy. She's the first friend I ever had in this village. If something were to happen to her, I don't know what I'd do. More dialogue. Snivy, it is most unfortunate this has happened on your birthday. Never imagined Arrow would succumb to the crystal sickness. Although she is about that age, the sickness affects some people who live near crystals. It usually strikes in childhood. Snivy, you grew up here, so you don't think giant crystals are particularly unusual. But in the outside world, they probably no longer exist. The crystal in this forest is very special. It is the last of its kind in the world. Once upon a time, crystals were everywhere, and the crystal sickness was common. We call it a sickness, but it's actually something different. People who catch it become stronger afterwards. They never fall ill again. We consider it a blessing and celebrate it whenever a child fell ill with it. Do you remember when you caught it? You were the same age as Arrow. You've never been sick since then, have you? And when you get hurt, you heal much faster than normal people. That's the crystal sickness too. But despite that, Arrow is in serious danger, even if we had the medicine. Can't we make medicine for Arrow with ingredients from the forest? No. When Snivy got sick, we searched and searched, but no luck. Watrell knows the recipe, but we just don't have the ingredients we need. That girl has a weak stomach too. I am worried about her. Crystal sickness always hits hardest the first few days. I wish we could do something. I just hate seeing her in pain like that, trying to act brave. If only we had medicine. What ingredient do we need? Maybe I could look for it. I don't think so. It's attached to a very powerful monster. I guess monster hunting is kinda over my head. You think? What a pair. I sure hope she gets better soon. I'm worried. If only we had medicine. Alright, is that everybody? Did we... Oh! Felpo. Mom, is Earl okay? Lina and Lion are looking after her. They say she's feeling a little better. We'll bring her some fruit later, alright? She looked really sick, huh? She couldn't even stand up. But when she gets better, she'll be stronger than before. After she recovers, she won't get sick all the time like she used to, right? That's right, you'll be playing together in no time. Yeah, I sure hope they cure her real soon. Powerful. Alright, talk to everybody. And like I said, we can't go inside buildings in this town. Alright guys, we're going outside the forest. Let's do this. Wait, what's the select do? Oh yeah. Zoom in and zoom out. To the town! More dialogue. Heyo! What's up? You're new in town, huh? This place is the main watering hole for treasure hunters, searching for whatever's left of the ancient civilization. You've got a hankering for gold too, right, kid? Well, you're going to fit in just fine here. This town is full of dreamers. If you're looking for fellow adventurers to hook up with, drop by the guild and talk to the guys and girls there. Just one moment, please. Those so-called treasure hunters of the guild are nothing but grave robbers. You should know better than to try to mislead a nice young lad such as this. In the middle of this town, there is a great library. Archaeologists from the world over gather here to study artifacts of the ancient civilization. What better way for a young person to spend his time than reflecting on the romance of the ancient civilization and partaking of its wisdom? Do not allow yourself to be led into wicked ways. Oh, pipe down, Scrollhead. If we didn't dig up those treasures, you scholars wouldn't have anything to study. Poppycock, if you cared about learning, you would donate your findings to the museum. Hey, I gotta eat like everyone else, old man. So anyway, where'd you come from, kid? There ain't nothing around here but ruins and wastelands. No villages, no towns at all. You don't look like a traveler. It must have been real tough coming out all this way. Say what? You came from the forest? You're kidding, right? Prime Evo doesn't. I hope I said that right. Doesn't even begin to describe it. People don't live in that forest. Heck, not even us treasure hunters have taken more than 3 steps into it. Yes, the townspeople often speak of the witch that they believe lives there. Of course, it's just a superstition, but clearly the forest is a dangerous place. You'd best stay well away from it, young lad, and please don't joke about living there. People here might get the wrong idea. A joke? Yeah, I guess it had to be, right? It's no joke. Dark humor doesn't suit you. Forget about that forest and stop telling stories about it. Cat. Meow. Oh, my Klaus Kaiser is being all affectionate. God, do excuse me. Oh, he must really like you. He never does that to me. Not that I'm jealous or anything. You guys see this? You guys see this? You see this? Let's do it. Let's jump back on it. There we go. Hello, welcome to Custom Fabrications. We produce custom items using materials provided by our clients. Not only can we customize equipment you already own, but if you buy a scroll, we can take your custom orders and produce completely new items. What can we do for you today? Medicine for crystal sickness? Well, I'm afraid we can't help you with that. Perhaps there's something else we can do for you. Thank you. Come again soon. welcome. From morning to night, ye complete adventurer is here to support all your exploring and plundering needs. Eh? Crystal sickness medicine? This isn't a pharmacy, you know, and I've never heard of that disease. Would a nice flask of cure do the trick? That's about all we have in stock. We're working with our suppliers to expand our range. Drop by every now and then to see what's new. Wolf? Did I miss dialogue? I don't know. Guess what, guys? More dialogue! Hello, I haven't seen you before. Are you new in town? This is the main plaza, and over there is the Great Library. It's the town's pride and joy. It was built at the same time as the ancient ruins that surround the town. But over the centuries, it's been renovated and rebuilt so many times. It's become like a maze inside. People were always getting lost, so the authorities sealed most of it off. Nowadays, hardly anyone knows what lies in the deeper recesses of the building. But listen to me, I sound like a tour guide. I mean, you don't look like a tourist. And my guess is you're not here for the archaeology or the treasure hunting. Medicine for crystal sickness? I never heard of that disease. Maybe you should ask the old gentleman in the library. I think he's read every book in that library. He must know everything about everything. I'm sure he would be able to help. Ew, there it is again. Yeah, the town fountain is turning into something the swamp thing wouldn't want to live in. Man, it stinks. Sure does. It's kind of like rotting fish and wet fur all at the same time. Yuck. We've got to do something. You think an animal has gotten into the underground aqueducts? Ugh, I feel sick. Why don't you check it out? I really don't like dank, smelly faces. Who does? Except maybe for certain magic beasts, which I'm not, by the way. Wait, you don't think? Yep, sure, super stinky. Man, it stinks. Sure does. Now you look like a fine and mighty young adventurer. I, the greatest chef in the world, have a request. Yes, for you. Whatever the ingredients, I can turn them into something mouth-watering scrumptious. How? Because I am the greatest, of course. However, there is one kind of ingredient that I have yet to use in a dish. What is that, you ask? Why, monsters, of course, monsters. My new culinary mission is to craft monstrous good meals from meaty morsels of monster. Of course, I cannot risk injury to myself outside of town. Although I put in a request at the guild, the results have been most unsatisfying. So my young friend, will you help me? I won't musk from the forest, but you must defeat them only using fire spells. You cannot use weapons or other kinds of magic. My plan is to serve the toasted little the moose must just as they are. Sounds delightfully delicious, eh? You can accept my mission at the quest shop A. You are my great hope. A new quest is available. More dialogue. Eh? The crystal section is... Nah, I can't say I've ever heard of it. Sounds bad, though. Is that right? It's something that kids catch? Well, I've always been as strong as an ox, so I wouldn't know anything about getting sick. Why don't you try asking someone else? Oh, I know. You could go to the library. I'm sure they have books about medicine. The Great Huge Library takes up half the town. It would be nice if someone got some use out of it. If you went to the library, I bet you'd find books about medicine. Aw, come on, please, please, please. That's enough. But I'm so thirsty. Then drink some water. Ew, no way. We all been like that as a kid. You know what happens to naughty children, don't you? The wicked witch of the forest comes and takes them away. And once you're in the woods, you won't ever be able to get out again. Oh, that's not true. That's just a stupid story to scare kids. There aren't any witches in the forest. Actually, every word of it is true. Eh? You're just trying to scare me, but I don't believe in witches. I used to think the same. That is, until I went to the forest and saw the witch with my very own eyes. No way. Yep, I saw her, alright. It was years and years ago now. Oh, so it's an old story, is it? Well, I guess we're safe now, right? People have been telling stories about a young girl wandering that forest for as long as I can remember. I suppose people figured she must be a witch or something. Anyway, the stories have been passed from parent to child down through the years. My mother heard it from her grandmother, and she heard it from my granddad, and so on. We Ukes live long, long lives. But when I saw that girl in the forest, she looked just like she's described in the old stories. So imagine how old she must be. The lands around here are full of ruins from the ancient civilization. I wonder if that girl. Wah! That reminds me, there was a girl from town a few years ago who disappeared into the forest. Right, a young Ute girl. Her name was Norse, wasn't it? She was always very timid. It must have been awful for her, alone and lost deep in that forest. Shiver. She still gets lost there. Hey, I live in the forest. Oh, she still gets lost there. But, oh, we made the little girl cry. No! No, you mustn't take my child from me. Well, I don't know who you are, but thank you. You've got that girl so scared, I don't think she'll go within a mile of that forest. Although I don't mind admitting, you managed to scare me a little too. Well, I don't. Oh yeah, but thank you. Yep. Jump! 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 More dialogue. I have the worst luck. What's wrong? I thought you were really excited about that thing you found. What was it now? A treasure map you bought from the antique shop, right? Yeah, well, I went to look at it and the stupid wind blew it out of my hands. It flew up into the air and then into the forest. Gone forever. Well, I suppose the lesson here is not to open maps in windy places. Remember, kids, words of advice right there. That map showed treasure all over the place. I really do have the worst luck. I am sorry. How much did the map cost? 2 gil. I think the map was a fake. I suppose everyone needs to have a dream. I have the worst luck. Hello. I haven't seen you around before. Are you new? By the looks of you, I'd say you're not here to train to become a scholar. Oh, the innocence of youth. I remember when I first came to town chasing my dreams. And then, it's funny how life turns out sometimes. My advice to you is to try lots of different things while you're still young. This town is chock-a-block full of adventurers like yourself. It can be a lot of fun to go exploring with people you never met before. Even if you don't share a common language, you can still enjoy the adventure together. It can be a lot of fun to go exploring with people you never met before. Oh wow, we're not done talking to everybody. Yeah, sorry about that. Entire episode full of dialogue! And guess what? I'm going to be talking to everybody every time we progress through the story. So yay! Welcome to Ye Old Storage Shop. We provide total assessment management solutions for adventurers. Are your hands full of armor, weapons, and other items? Then just leave it all with us. We look after your baggage so you can look after yourself. The service is provided free of charge by the town. It won't cost you a gil. Of course, your goods are safe with us. We'll never lose, sell, or give away your precious belongings. Honest. You get everything back just as you left it. Please come again. Talk to you later. Greetings. We redeem scratch cards, Kupo. If you have a winning scratch card, you can use the special effect described on the back, Kupo. We'll collect some scratch cards by defeating some monsters. You want to try a quest? Well, you're talking to the right Mugo. The guild hires me to run the quest side of the operation. You know, process of applications, provide info. Remember, this ain't no charity. If you want to go questing, you got to have the guild. Of course, you get rewarded if you do the job right. I also handle the payouts. We're always adding more quests as information comes in from the adventurers, so check back regularly. Questing is all about give and take, right? So if you find any good info, you be sure to let me know. Here are the quests we have right now. And that's where we do the quest. And what do you want with me? You can probably tell, but I'm a full-fledged hardcore mercenary. Thing is, I'm not into babysitting wet-nosed rookies. No offense. Hey, when you're as experienced as me, you get offers all the time. I have over 100 hours of playtime. You're looking for fellow adventurers? Oh, you want me to be your ally? See ya. You're gonna regret it. I know it. You are so gonna regret it not recruiting me. You listening to me? I'm giving you really good advice. This could be your lucky day. Maybe I will join you. Be my ally. So, how many hours have you played? Not good enough. Look, I'm in a friendly mood, so I'll let you in on a secret. There is no way I'm going to be allies with someone who hasn't put in some serious time with the game yet. Rude. Hey, you're new, ain't you? Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. If you're looking for adventure companions, you come to the right place. We can fill out your party by introducing you to fellow adventurers to join you on your expeditions. But the only people we have listed are level 1 rookies who have to train them up yourself. If it's expert adventurers you're looking for, then hire a mercenary or two. But good mercs are in demand, and they can be really picky about pay and conditions and stuff. Like that kid back there. If recruitment is a hassle, you can strike out on your own. It's your adventure, you decide. We can hook you up with as many new traveling mates as you want. But if your party gets too big, you won't be able to outfit everyone properly. Smart adventuring is all about balancing resources. If you do travel with allies, you can change their AI settings on the status screen. When you're out in the field, bring the party together by pressing L. It's not too hard once you get the hang of it. Best way to learn is to just try it out yourself. So what can I do for you? We shall have a new party member, and I will add a new one when we proceed a little bit on to the story. But now we have Blaze. Blazing Kid 67, but Blaze for short. Welcome to the party. How do I switch characters? Is it R, Y, triangle, circle? That's L. Select. Wait, do I really have to touch the touchscreen to switch characters? Oh well, that's going to be a little bit difficult when time comes for it. But let me show it off real quick. Switch characters and double jump. Alright guys, we're going in the library. What secrets does the library hold? Will we find someone to be able to help us out with the crystal sickness and help Arrow? Find out in the next episode of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Echoes of Time. This is Snivy Cynical, signing out.